Hey, everybody, and welcome to Small Business Small Talk, where small business owners find a little bit of sanity and all kinds of other things. So I do want to welcome everybody today, and as you can see, I'm in a totally different environment because today's subject is about balance. So we hear a lot about work-life balance. And oh, by the way, for those of you who are brand new to the show, my name is Smallwood, and I am your host for Small Business Small Talk. And I am so glad that you're joining us. If you join us on the podcast or on the replays, you can always subscribe at www.smallbusinesssmalltalk.com. And you can find out more information there. That's our YouTube channel. And you'll start seeing more of the podcasting as I get them uploaded and reshared back out. So, again, as you can tell, I'm in a totally different environment. And believe it or not, I'm helping out a friend. When we talk about balance, we hear a lot of the experts and professionals talk about work-life balance as if the two are totally different things, when as small business owners, we know that they're not, because our small business is a lot of times, a good 95% of the times of all the clients I've had out there for small business, the small business itself is a reflection of us. We are the owners, we're the creators. It becomes part of us. And so when we try to have this whole balance concept, we think that we have to completely leave that to have some balance. So I'm not a big fan of the whole work-life balance, because to me, work has been part of my life for as long as I can remember. I've never really separated the two very well. And some would call that a workaholic, but I think that's a little bit different whenever you don't know how to truly have times of peace and harmony in your life. So I have to give Lisa Nichols credit out there. She's an author, speaker, fantastic story, and she does very well at what she does. She had a segment one day that talked about, instead of it being so much this balance, because this is all a balancing act and just try to balance it kind of wears you out. Instead of having balance, look for the harmony, right? So we're going to talk about that today. But this work-life balance, it is really hard to separate the two as small business owners. Again, I can't express that enough. It's hard to separate our work. We think that if we will just completely get away from it all and take a vacation to shut it down, that somehow that works. And it doesn't always work, because we're constantly thinking of new ways to do business and what we need to do once we get back to business. And so it's really hard to separate work from life to do this balancing act, which in some cases we put so much into a vacation to get away from it all that it's not as restful as we would like for it to be. So if you ever have taken the time to think what it looks like for you to be balanced, what does that do for you? So back to giving Lisa Nichols credit, I love that word harmony. So I know for me, and a lot of these beginning shows for Small Business Small Talk, until I get more of you engaging with me, you get to hear my stories. My part of this is that instead of work life, I need more play in my life, because I have plenty of work to do. I don't have near enough play. And I think this work play part totally gives me more balance. And then my life is working in harmony, instead of trying to be, I have to do one or the other, and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So to pace that out a little bit better, what are some things that you do? So again, most people will take a vacation to get away from it all. So that is carving out the intentional time to literally walk away from the business for a few days, just to think about other stuff, to refocus on the family, to go for a walk. Wait, they're over here. Where are they? This video stuff. There they are. To be able to just get away, to think differently. Change of environment is always good. So some people have asked me, because I am helping a friend, believe it or not. So Max is over here behind me in a chair, sleeping peacefully. Mojo is in the house. So there's two two little dogs who needed to be taken care of while my friends are going away on their trip. And so we've got 2 weeks, and it took Mojo 2 days to finally come around to, okay, fine, she's the only one that's going to pet me kind of situation. He has to find his own harmony. But me, like, I got out of my home office. I work in my home office, which in and of itself is its own, I'm by myself a lot. When I get to come here, I was so looking forward to it. Yeah, you can call it dog sitting, but I'm in a very sunny place. They have a pool and two dogs who love attention. I have companionship for 2 weeks. Mojo is talking to me already. To me, this next 2 weeks is work-play balance. It's in a fun environment. It's also a peaceful environment. I have companionship with the dogs. I can still go out and go do fun things if I want to, explore the area kind of thing. But I brought my work with me. I have 2 tubs full of work because I have a lot of writing to do. So I'm able to, in this different environment, think a little different and be super uber productive, which I'm extremely looking forward to. I just got here a couple of days ago. So this, a lot of people would consider a vacation, but I don't, because I like to be able to just stay on track. I don't want to lose momentum by taking a vacation. Is part of what happens as a small business owner. We feel like, and even those who work in a corporate environment, like you have to work 5 times as hard to prepare to go away for a week. And then you have all of that to catch up on. Like, it's not as restful as we might think. Not that I'm against vacations at all. I love them because I love to travel. But just think about the concept behind it. Work-life balance. It's still a balancing act. So then there's the other kind that you kind of merge the two intentionally when you go to conventions. So think about the conventions or associations you're part of, and you get to go away, right? But you're still working on stuff, but they usually put it in a fun environment, usually. So if you're part of bigger associations, they will typically go to Vegas or Orlando or New York or Chicago or something. And I remember back in the days when I worked for KFC and we would do that sort of thing. So I've been to Orlando and Washington, D.C. and out in Montana. No, Colorado. I didn't get to go to Montana. Anyway, fun environments. We worked all day, and then we would have like a half a day where we did fun activities to kind of refresh ourselves, and then we came back and worked some more. We got to do fun things, and so it was all of this together, away from normal office stuff, but we're still working in fun environments. And so that, back in the day, really taught me I can work and have some fun at the same time. So once I started my own business, that's been one of my things of how can I continue to incorporate the two things together instead of having to feel like I need to separate all the time, work and life. Because again, as small business owners, we don't really separate it. We hate to admit it, but we don't. We're constantly living and thinking about it. So why not just embrace that, but do it in fun ways? So think about other ways that you can do it. And again, merging it into what does harmony in my life look like? Instead of trying to, balance things, what does harmony look like? At what point does the clarinets need to play versus the trumpets versus the violas, and God love the percussion, keeping us on track, right? So how does the orchestra of your life come together to create this beautiful harmony? So think about all of the different areas of your life, because our life is not made up of just work and just play. We have family in there. We have things that we want to learn, things to level up our own skill set, things to we have a lot more going on. And we also have chores to do. Let's make no mistake. I'm going to be here for 2 weeks, which means somebody's cleaning this pool. That'd be me. Somebody is cleaning up around the spider webs. That'd also be me. Somebody's making sure the dogs are taken care of. So just normal day-to-day chores are also part of life. You have kids. They're part of your life too. Let's not forget that. So you have this family aspect that you're also incorporating into this harmony. So this is why what a lot of people separate work over here and then life to the other side, when in fact everything's all together. Some people I've known, some great small business owners that have been clients, they incorporate the kids into the business, not child labor kind of laws kind of stuff. However, the kids grow up in the business, so they get it. They get the whole, this is what we're here for. This is why we do the things that we do, and this is why it's important to us. And they also learn as they grow up in that business everything, not only just about the business, but a lot more about people and their place in the community. So there's a lot of benefits to merging everything into this beautiful, harmonious life that we have. What are the things that you are doing to create some of that harmony? Stop and think about it. Write it out. Like, figure out, okay, this is what my spiritual life looks like. This is what my career looks like. This is what finances look like. This is what my playtime looks like. This is what, and you'll start to see as you write it out in front of you, there are some things that are, everything is connected, and there are some things that overlap. So I see Elizabeth just joined, and hi, Elizabeth. Elizabeth shows dogs. That's one of her side gigs. She shows dogs. Who doesn't love a cuddly dog? Like, she's incorporated this concept of being able to play and work at the same time. And not only that, but she works at one of our local chambers, and she gets all the crazy people like me. So who wouldn't have fun with that in a day? I digress. But think about, if once you write it out, all these different areas of your life, how they intersect, how they connect, and they're overlapping. You don't really have an ability to separate the two. You shouldn't have to feel like you have to shut one thing down just to do something else. If you want to be able to do that, it's not multitasking, it's just understanding how your life all fits together in harmony. Now think about the effects that have on your employees. If you are more harmonious in your life, you feel more balanced, right? Everything's playing like it should in your life. What kind of energy are you now bringing to the workplace? In fact, you're probably incorporating more of that play into the workplace. It is all about the balance. Once you incorporate a little bit more play into the work environment, what do you think your employees are going to do? They'll probably be more engaged. They'll probably be able to have more ownership into what they're doing. There's more loyalty built there. There's more, because they feel like they're a part of it, not just a cog in the machine. When you can be more engaged in that, you're coming to the environment more balanced, more harmonious. You know where you want to go, and more people are just gravitating to that. So that's the effect that it'll have on your employees, is that you'll increase engagement and they'll stay. Reducing turnover. Guess what? That's awesome, because that's one of the biggest challenges business owners have nowadays, is finding talent and keeping them. So if you find more harmony in your life, you're bringing that to the work environment. It affects your employees. If you find more harmony in your life, you're bringing that to your family, to your home. What happens whenever you're bringing that to your home? Even if the only other thing in your home are dogs, what happens? If you are single like me, what happens? I could tell you, as a single person, I sleep pretty much good at night. I'm calmer. I actually am at a point in my life, I'm looking around going, I don't have any drama. This is fantastic. I don't know what to do with myself yet. State of transition, but it's pretty nice. This is where I wanted things to go. What do you know? It works. Think about what it does for you. When you feel like you're living in balance, you're not as disconnected with yourself, with the world around you, with this, whatever spiritual connection that you may have, everything starts to fall into place a lot better, just smoother. And once you can also accept that, that's a whole nother level. Being able to accept that things can work in harmony in your life. You don't always have to fight for balance. You don't have to fight for balance. You don't have to separate everything. Play well. Let it all ebb and flow like it should in a very harmonious way. So, as you can tell, the sun's coming out. It's going to warm up soon. The water's going to be ready to get in, and I plan to do that today, along with writing a lot of stuff. I've got some websites to redo. I've got a book to redo. I've got plenty of work to be done, but I get to do it poolside. So take advantage of those moments. Look around, pay attention. How can you incorporate more play with your work so that you will feel more balanced and your life will be in harmony? So with that, that is our Small Business Small Talk show for today. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for watching the replays. If you'd like to subscribe to all of these replays, please go to smallbusinesssmalltalk.com. That is our YouTube channel, and just hit the subscribe button and you will get that notifications there. I also have a podcast that's getting uploaded, not as we speak, but pretty darn soon. That's part of what I got to do this week. So with that, contact me with any questions, anything you'd like to talk about or hear me talk about. If you don't want to talk with me, we all know that I like to talk. So with that, that is Small Business Small Talk for today. Go enjoy your day and be in harmony. Bye, y'all.